All right, so are you ready to dive deeper into the endocrine system?
Always ready.
But you're probably thinking, pituitary gland,
Yeah.
thyroid,
Mm-hmm.
maybe adrenals, the usual suspects, right?
Right.
Well, buckle up because today
Oh, yeah.
we are diving even deeper into the body's hidden hormone hotspots.
Ooh, I like that. Hidden hot
It's like
spot.
discovering some of your favorite everyday items. Have secret compartments. You never knew they were there.
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it. We often focus on the big name glands,
Right.
but the truth is, hormone production is happening
Yeah.
all over the body in places you might not expect.
Exactly. And we are using
Uh-huh.
finalendocrine.pdf as our guide
Okay.
for this deep dive.
Right.
And let me tell you, it is full of fascinating surprises. Think heart,
Wow.
gut, kidneys,
Uh-huh.
even fat cells are getting in on the hormone action.
Wow, it's a whole new way of looking at these organs.
Absolutely. It's a whole new way of looking at these organs.
Yeah.
And understanding these hidden hormone factories
Right.
can really shift our perspective
Yeah, absolutely.
on how the body maintains balance and overall well-being.
Yeah.
So let's ditch the Endocrine 101 textbook
Yeah.
and get into the really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Forget the red carpet. We are going backstage.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
For example, we all know the gut is like
Uh-huh.
digestion central,
Yeah.
but hormones, really?
It's true.
It's like finding out your favorite chef is also a talented musician on the side.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
Yeah.
And those hormones are crucial for making digestion run smoothly.
Okay. Okay. I'm intrigued.
Let's take gastrin, for example. It's the signal that tells the stomach. All right, time to ramp up the acid production. We've got food to break down.
Okay. So gastrin is like the conductor kicking off the digestive symphony.
Yeah, I like that.
What about cholecystokinin?
Cholecystokinin.
That one sounds like it could be a mouthful in
Yeah.
more ways than one.
Well, it's all about efficiency.
Okay.
So cholecystokinin
Mhm.
signals the release of bile from the gallbladder
Okay.
and digestive enzymes
Oh, wow.
from the pancreas.
Wait.
Think of them as the specialized tools for breaking down fats and proteins.
Wow. So the gut is a multitasking marvel,
It is.
digesting A and D, orchestrating hormone signals at the same time.
Yes.
I'm in awe.
And it's actually so complex that we're going to dedicate a whole other deep dive
Oh, wow.
just to the gut's endocrine role later on.
Oh, consider that episode already downloaded.
All right.
But for now, let's move on to another organ with a hidden hormonal side, the kidneys.
Oh,
Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't kidneys just the body's waste disposal system?
right. Yeah, that's what we always think about.
Right, but they're actually producing a trio of hormones
That's right.
that impact way more than just our bathroom breaks.
Way more. It's true. Beyond filtration,
Yeah.
the kidneys produce calcitriol,
Calcitriol,
erythropoietin,
erythropoietin.
and renin. And each one plays a vital role
I mean-
in keeping the body in balance.
All right, break it down for us.
Okay.
What do these hormones actually do, and why should we care?
All right, let's start with calcitriol,
Okay.
the active form of vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we're always told to get enough calcium for strong bones?
Yes, drink your milk.
Right, exactly. Well,
I gotta get that calcium.
calcitriol is crucial for actually absorbing
Oh.
that calcium from our food.
Ah, okay.
It's like the key that unlocks the door for calcium to enter our bones.
So even if you're popping calcium supplements,
Right,
if your kidneys aren't producing enough calcitriol, you might not be getting the full benefit.
exactly.
That's a good reminder to appreciate those hardworking kidneys.
Yes, those kidneys do a lot for us.
What about erythropoietin?
Erythropoietin is all about energy.
Okay.
It stimulates the production of red blood cells,
Okay.
which are the body's oxygen delivery trucks.
I like that.
So more red blood cells mean more oxygen
Huh.
transported throughout the body, which
Right.
translates to more energy and vitality.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. The kidneys are like the behind-the-scenes crew keeping the whole show running smoothly.
Yeah, they really are.
And what about renin? What's its superpower?
Renin is the first domino in a cascade that regulates blood pressure.
Okay.
It kicks off the renin-angiotensin system, which helps control fluid balance and salt levels in the body.
So it's like the kidneys are constantly monitoring and tweaking our internal plumbing to keep our blood pressure in check.
Exactly. And these hormonal actions
Yeah.
are just a glimpse into the complex roles the kidneys play beyond just filtration.
I'm telling you, the kidneys are the unsung heroes.
They are.
Okay, and speaking of organs we might underestimate.
Uh-huh.
Get this. The heart makes hormones, too.
It does.
I always said its main gig was pumping blood.
Well, it does pump blood, of course.
Right, of course.
But the heart is also surprisingly active in the endocrine world.
Okay.
It produces hormones called natriuretic peptides.
Natriuretic peptides.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta admit, those sound a little intimidating.
They do, a little bit, yeah.
Can you break those down for us?
Yeah.
I'm picturing like some intense chemical formulas right now.
No worries. They're actually easier to understand than they sound. Remember we talked about renin
Uh-huh.
and how it kicks off a process that can raise blood pressure?
Right.
Well, ANP and BNP, those are two types of natriuretic peptides, are like the counterbalance, the opposing team.
Okay.
They help lower blood pressure by telling the kidneys to get rid of excess sodium and fluid.
So it's like a constant tug of war.
Yes.
Renin on one side,
Uh-huh.
ANP and BNP on the other. Making sure our blood pressure stays in that sweet spot.
That's a great analogy.
I try.
Yeah. Think about it like this.
Okay.
If you eat a really salty meal,
Oh, I've been there.
yeah, you might feel a little bloated, right? And that's partly because your body is holding on to extra fluid.
Okay.
So ANP and BNP step in to help flush that excess fluid out, bringing your system back into balance.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's all about balance, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
This delicate dance between different hormones and organs
It is.
to keep everything working just right.
Mm-hmm.
This is making me think differently
Yeah.
about how my body functions.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And we've only just scratched the surface.
I can't wait to see what other secrets we uncover. Up next, we are heading to the thymus, a gland that's essential for immunity, but often doesn't get the recognition it deserves.
The thymus. Right. Yeah.
Very important, but misunderstood.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So the thymus, it's like the immune system's training ground.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
tucked away behind the breastbone,
Right.
quietly shaping our defenses, especially during childhood.
You know, it's funny. I vaguely remember learning about the thymus in school, but it always seemed kind of mysterious.
Right.
Like, what does it actually DO back there?
Well, it's all about T cells.
Okay.
Those specialized white blood cells that are key for fighting off infections.
Right.
The thymus produces a group of hormones called thymosins.
Okay.
And these hormones act as, like, the drill sergeants, ensuring that T cells mature properly and are ready to tackle any invaders like viruses and bacteria.
So it's not just about having T cells.
Right.
It's about having well-trained, highly skilled T cells ready to combat any threat.
Exactly.
That makes the thymus sound pretty important.
Absolutely. And while it's most active during childhood, it continues to play a role in maintaining our immune system's strength throughout adulthood.
Okay.
It's like the training never really stops.
Wow. It's amazing how something so small can have such a big impact on our overall health.
Yeah, for sure.
From the immune system's boot camp.
Okay.
Let's shift gears to the hormones that orchestrate another key aspect of human life.
Okay.
Reproduction.
Yeah.
When most people think about hormones, they probably think about the sex hormones.
You're right.
Right.
Sex hormones tend to steal the spotlight.
They do. They do.
And for this discussion, we need to head to the gonads, the primary source of these powerful chemical messengers.
All right, let's talk tests and ovaries.
Let's do it.
So in males, we have the testes.
Yes.
Which are responsible for producing androgens.
Right.
And the big star of that show is testosterone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Testosterone is often associated with those stereotypical male characteristics, you know, deep voice, muscle mass, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's also essential for sperm production, ensuring the continuation of the species.
Right, the biological imperative.
Exactly.
But the testes also produce another hormone called inhibin.
Yes.
Which sounds a bit like an inhibitor.
It does.
What's its role?
Well, you're right about the inhibitor part. Okay. Inhibin actually helps regulate sperm production.
Okay.
Think of it like a thermostat.
Okay.
Making sure things don't get too hot or too cold.
Yeah.
When sperm count gets high enough, inhibin signals the brain to slow down production.
Gotcha.
Preventing things from getting out of control.
So it's all about maintaining that delicate balance.
Yes.
Even in the world of sperm production.
It is.
Now, on the female side, we have the ovaries, the source of estrogens, and the main player there is estradiol.
Estradiol, yes.
Right.
It's essential for the development of female characteristics
Uh-huh.
and plays a crucial role in regulating the menstrual cycle.
Right.
It's the hormone that orchestrates the intricate symphony of ovulation and prepares the body for potential pregnancy.
And speaking of pregnancy,
Yes.
after ovulation, those follicle cells in the ovaries transform into something called the corpus luteum.
Yes.
What's happening there?
The corpus luteum is like
Yeah.
a temporary gland that steps in after ovulation.
Right.
It produces estrogens and progestins,
Okay.
especially progesterone,
Yeah.
which is crucial for supporting a potential pregnancy.
So it's like the ovaries switch gears,
They do.
shifting from let's get pregnant mode to let's support a pregnancy mode.
Exactly.
Progesterone is like the ultimate nurturer,
Yes.
getting everything ready for a fertilized egg.
That's a great way to put it.
And while we're on the topic of nurturing,
Yes.
we can't forget about prolactin,
Yes, prolactin.
the hormone that stimulates and maintains milk production after childbirth in females.
Exactly.
Prolactin.
The milk-making marvel.
But doesn't prolactin also exist in males?
It does.
I remember hearing something about that,
Yeah.
but it always seemed kind of puzzling.
It does exist in males, but its role is still somewhat of a mystery.
Okay.
Researchers are still trying to figure out exactly what it does in the male body.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Science is full of these little puzzles, and it's always exciting when we get closer to solving them.
It is.
But speaking of surprises,
Okay.
let's move on to another organ that might shock you with its hormonal abilities.
Okay.
Fat.
Fat, yeah.
Yes, you heard that right.
That's right.
Even fat plays a role in the endocrine system.
It's true. Adipose tissue, or fat, is much more than just a passive storage depot for energy.
Wow.
It's an active endocrine organ secreting a variety of hormones that impact various bodily functions.
So those fat cells aren't just sitting there.
No,
They're sending out hormonal signals.
they are.
It's like discovering that your comfy armchair is secretly a high-tech communication device.
I like that, yeah.
What kind of hormonal messages are we talking about here?
Well, one key hormone produced by fat is leptin.
Leptin. Okay.
Leptin is often called the satiety hormone,
Okay.
or the I'm full hormone.
Okay.
It signals to the brain that we've had enough to eat,
Okay.
helping regulate appetite and energy balance.
So, theoretically, if my leptin levels are working properly,
Uh-huh.
I should be less likely to overeat. Maybe I need to give my fat cells a pep talk.
You know,
Hey guys, keep that leptin flowing.
it's not quite that simple.
Right.
Leptin is just one piece of the complex puzzle
Right.
of appetite regulation.
Okay.
There are many other factors involved.
Right.
And the relationship between leptin and weight management is still an area of active research.
Okay. Fair enough. It's always more complicated than we initially think, isn't
It
it?
usually is, yeah.
What other hormonal surprises are hiding in our fat stores?
Another important hormone produced by fat is resistin.
Resistant.
And this one's linked to insulin resistance,
Okay.
which plays a major role in metabolic health and conditions like type 2 diabetes.
Insulin resistance, that's when the body's cells don't respond to insulin as well as they should, right?
That's right.
And that can lead to elevated blood sugar levels and all sorts of health problems.
Exactly. Resistance seems to play a role in decreasing the sensitivity of cells to insulin.
I see.
This connection highlights the link between fat,
Yeah.
hormone production, and the development of metabolic disorders.
It's fascinating how all these seemingly separate systems are actually interconnected.
It is.
We've got the gut,
Yeah.
the kidneys,
Yeah.
the heart,
Mm-hmm.
the thymus,
Yeah.
the gonads,
Mm-hmm.
and even fat,
Right.
all producing hormones and
Yeah.
influencing each other in complex ways.
Exactly. It's like a whole network of
Yeah.
communication happening within the body.
But with so many players in the game, how do they all work together without causing chaos?
It's a great question.
Right.
Think of it like an orchestra,
Okay.
with each hormone playing a specific instrument.
Right.
And just like an orchestra needs a conductor to create harmony,
Right.
the endocrine system relies on precise coordination and balance to ensure that everything runs smoothly.
Okay, tell me more about this hormonal orchestra.
Yeah.
How do they all stay in tune and create that beautiful symphony of bodily functions? So we've got all these hormones playing different instruments in this intricate endocrine orchestra. How do they all stay in tune and create that beautiful symphony of bodily functions?
Well, one way is through what we call antagonistic effects. Think of it like a seesaw
Okay.
with two hormones working in opposite directions.
Okay, a constant push and pull.
Exactly.
Kind of like a dance where one hormone leads and the other follows.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. A classic example is the interplay between glucagon and insulin in regulating blood sugar.
Oh, okay.
So glucagon raises blood sugar levels when they dip too low,
Right.
while insulin steps in to lower them when they get too high.
So it's like they're constantly checking and balancing each other,
Yes,
making sure our blood sugar stays in that sweet spot.
exactly.
What other ways do hormones interact?
We also have synergistic effects where hormones team up to amplify their impact.
So it's all about teamwork and maximizing their effect.
Exactly. Think of it like a power ballad duet.
Okay.
Where two voices come together to create a truly powerful sound.
I like that. Do you have an example of that?
The classic example is the fight or flight response.
Right.
When we face a threat, the adrenal glands release epinephrine and norepinephrine.
Okay.
These hormones work together to increase heart rate, blood pressure, and energy production, preparing us to either fight the danger or flee to safety.
So it's like a hormonal power surge.
Yeah,
Giving us that extra boost we need to handle a stressful situation.
exactly.
It makes you appreciate the power of these tiny chemical messengers.
Yes, absolutely.
Are there any other ways hormones interact?
Absolutely. We have permissive effects where one hormone sets the stage for another to do its job effectively.
So it's like a hormonal permission slip.
Yeah, kinda.
Can you give us an example?
A good example is the relationship between thyroid hormone and epinephrine. Thyroid hormone is necessary for epinephrine to have its full effect on metabolism. Without enough thyroid hormone, epinephrine can't fully ramp up our metabolic engine.
That makes sense. It's like thyroid hormone is the key that unlocks epinephrine's full potential.
Exactly.
What about integrative effects?
Integrative effects are when hormones work independently, but towards a common goal. It's like different sections of the orchestra playing different melodies, but they all come together to create a cohesive and harmonious piece.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Thank you.
Do you have a good example of this type of interaction?
Think about calcium regulation.
Okay.
Parathyroid hormone and calcitriol both work to increase blood calcium levels,
Okay.
but they do it through different mechanisms.
Okay.
Parathyroid hormone pulls calcium from bones, while calcitriol enhances calcium absorption in the gut.
Wow, so they're working from different angles.
Huh.
But ultimately, they're on the same team, making sure our calcium levels are right where they need to be. It's amazing how it all comes together.
It is.
But what about as we age?
Yes.
Does this hormonal harmony start to break down?
Well, it's a natural process, but like a well-loved instrument. Our endocrine system needs a bit more care and attention as we get older. Hormone production does decline with age.
Yeah.
And this can lead to various changes in the body.
So those hormonal melodies might start to sound a little off-key.
In a way, yes. For example, growth hormone, which is essential for growth and development early in life, declines with age.
Okay.
This contributes to age-related changes like decreased muscle mass and bone density.
Right. Those are common concerns as we get older. But growth hormone does more than just help us grow, right?
Absolutely. It also plays a role in energy levels, metabolism, and even cognitive function. So its decline can impact our overall vitality and well-being as we age.
I see. It's not just about physical changes. It's about how those hormonal shifts affect how we feel and function on a daily basis. And what about the decline in reproductive hormones?
That's another major hormonal shift that comes with aging. The decline in estrogen in women leads to menopause, while the decline in testosterone in men is sometimes referred to as andropause. These transitions come with their own set of unique challenges and adjustments.
It makes you realize that aging isn't just about wrinkles and gray hair. It's about profound changes happening at the hormonal level. But is all hormone decline bad? Or is some of it just a natural part of the life cycle?
It's a bit of both. Some decline is natural, but the good news is that we have some control over how gracefully our hormones age. Things like regular exercise, a balanced diet, managing stress, and getting enough quality sleep can support hormone balance throughout life.
So it's not a one-way street. We can take steps to nurture our endocrine system as we age and help those hormonal symphonies stay in tune for as long as possible. Well, I think this has been a truly fascinating deep dive into the endocrine system. We've learned that it's much more than just a few glands. It's a complex network of organs working together to keep our bodies in balance.
It really is. And I hope this deep dive has given our listeners a newfound appreciation for the power and complexity of their own inner world.
Me too. And remember, whether you're young or old, There are things you can do to support your endocrine health and keep those hormones humming along. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Stay curious, keep exploring. Until next time, take care of those amazing hormone factories within each of you.